Folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending February the 2nd, 2022. Prices are insane. Let me tell you what happened just the other day. Went to a listing appointment and everything pointed that this house should probably sell for 1.7, 1.725, 1.750, somewhere around there. And you know, I'm good with the numbers and picking a price based on sales, based on market activity and all that. It's one of my strong suits in picking a price. So with confidence, I could say that this home, I told the seller, your property will probably sell for between 1.7, 1.750. But there was another home almost identical, so many similarities, that was on the market, and they had offer nights the next day. So it only made sense, let's see what that one sells for, and then we could really fine-tune what we could expect ours to sell for. Well, that home that I'm expecting should have sold between 1.7, 1.750 sold for over 1.9. Can you imagine? It's like, wow. Now, I understand appreciation. Well, that's just insane. And it's one thing to be caught up in the madness, but when I step back and I look at this, I mean, what do you think our seller now wants for their house? 1.9, and they'd be justified, 1.9 or more, because that home similar to theirs sold for 1.9. That's the new price for that neighborhood. Well, when I kind of take a step back and I use my real estate experience and what I've seen in the past, there's some serious dangers in prices going up this quick, this fast for the seller. I know people think about the buyer many times, but for the seller, there's some serious dangers in selling so much higher than the last home sold for. The most serious of those dangers is, what if the market shifts down? If the market keeps going up, you're fine. Before closing date, the buyer's going to get their mortgage money from the bank and pay you, and everybody's happy. But if the market shifts down before closing date, the bank is going to go in and do another appraisal, and that buyer might not be able to close on that sale that you were so excited that you broke all these records for your neighborhood and you set a new precedent. You might not actually get that money. And what did you do as a seller? Well, you took that money that you thought was coming in and you did your own purchase. And those people that you bought from, well, they did their own purchase. And it becomes, we saw this in 2017, it becomes a legal, financial mess. Lots of people get hurt in the process. That's what scares me when prices go up this quick, this fast. Overnight, prices went up in this neighborhood $200,000. It's nuts. Well, there's things we can do as listing agents to, one, for sure our goal is to get as much as we can for the house, but we also have to be smart and make it a safe deal for our sellers. And there's things we could do to have more confidence in, if the market does shift, that those buyers are still going to be able to close. And we really need to seriously be looking at this as listing agents. So if you're doing listing appointments and you're talking to agents, make sure that they have a plan in place to make it safer for you to accept these higher and higher prices for your homes, because it can, if the market shifts before closing, be a real financial burden and a mess, and it's a scary situation to be in. If you feel this video could help anybody you know, please pass this on. Let's get into the numbers. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing. If you feel this information could help anybody you know, pass this video along. And if you want to talk to us, it's really simple. In the description below, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that. Book a time that's convenient for you. This way I'll know ahead of time when we're going to talk, and I'll make sure my schedule's organized so we can talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's get started. I'm talking about York region here. I've got condos first. We're going to start off with condos, then we're going to get into the detached market for Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham. But this is condos for all of York region, broken down by week. I have a whole year on the board. We sold 59 condos last week across York region. And when we look at 59, it's actually a decent week when we look at really overall what we've been doing over the past 9-10 months. Looking at average sold price, well, a year ago we were sitting here a little bit over 600,000. We are now at 794,000 is the average sold price for a condo. It's way up. It's just under 800,000 now. Compared to last year, that's a 31% increase over last year's average sold price. When we look at the median price, well, average sold price is 31% higher. Median price is 38% higher. Median price has increased more than the average sold price, and they're pretty similar. 794 for average sold price, 785,000 for the median price. Prices are up for condos, no doubt about it. When we look at the 59 that were sold, 90% of those sold at list price or more. And you can see the sales here. The orange is this year's sales. The blue is what we did last year the same week. We are way below last year's mark. Looking at listings, we're a little bit below last year's mark. We listed only 77 last week, and months of inventory sitting at 0.3. It's been staying steady at 0.3 for a while. That's aggressive. When we go back just to November, just a few months, we were sitting at 0.7. Well, now we're at 0.3 months of inventory. So the market has intensified. Now 90% are selling at list price or more. Condo market is become very intense now in York region. Looking at the detached market, the big boys here, we're looking at Vaughan right now. We sold 33 detached properties across Vaughan last week. It's down from the previous week. We'd like to see those numbers go up. We want to see sales increasing, but we sold 33. 18 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price came down slightly from last week. It's now sitting at $2,174,000. $2,174,000 is the average sold price for a detached property in Vaughan. A year ago, we were sitting at just over 1.7. We're now almost 2.2. Well, 2,174 is 23% higher than last year's average sold price. The median price is almost the same. The median price is actually higher than the average sold price. The median price is now sitting at $2,180,000, which is 37% higher than last year's median price. 37%, that's the median price. The average sold price is 23% higher. So, pick your poison. Either way, prices are way up. When we look at the 33 that sold, 76% sold at list price or more. We listed 68, up from last week and basically what we were listing last year at this time. And months of inventory is sitting at 0.6. So relatively tight. We used to think that 1 month, 2 months of inventory was a tight market. I mean, I don't know, the rules have been just changed. The goalposts keep moving. 0.6 actually seems like it's weak when we look at 0.3 and 0.2s, but 0.6 is a pretty tight market still. Let's look at Richmond Hill. We sold 35 detached properties in Richmond Hill, similar, basically the same as last week and similar to the week before. 19 of those were at $2 million or more. An average sold price climbed a bit. It's now sitting at $2,209,000. A year ago, we were around 1.8. We are now at $2,209,000, which is 18% higher than last year's average sold price. And the median price is 23% higher. So average sold price 18% higher, Median price 23% higher, and the median price is sitting at $2,080,000. Average sold price, median price, both north of $2 million. Of the 35 that sold, 89% sold at list price or more. We listed a bit more than last week, and we're listing, for this week anyways, more than what we listed last year at this time. We listed 64 detached properties in Richmond Hill, and months of inventory is sitting at 0.7. Let's look at Markham. We sold only 26 detached properties in Markham last week, which is what we sold the previous week. Average sold price is sitting at $2,009,000, so still over $2 million. A year ago, we were just below $1.8 million. We're in the high 1.7. We are now at over $2 million for the average sold price. Well, $2 million is 20% higher than last year's average sold price, and the median price is 15% higher than last year's median price. Of the 26 that sold, 73% sold at list price or more. Listings went up a little bit. We listed 41, and months of inventory is sitting at 0.7. When we look at all the months of inventory, they climbed up a little bit for the detached markets for Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham. Condo market stayed the same at 0.3. Very tight, very aggressive. The story I told at the beginning, what we're experiencing in the field, that overnight, virtually, prices went up 200,000. It's a phenomenon that's happening in a lot of different neighborhoods. Let's be safe. Let's put these deals together when we're representing our sellers in a way that protects everybody. It's nice to get more money for your house, but there needs to be the conclusion. It actually has to close, and then it's a good feeling. Have a great day. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.